My internet has been sorted. After 4 days without any internet, I can play again. And that means it just is convenient because we come into the game and there is a new summit going. Which also means we are on the Noob driver. Summit does Noob, in this case summit number 2. And we're gonna see what are the difficulties that people are encountering when they're a new player. We sort of did that last week. We finished in 288 when I did the stream. Yeah, we will see what that resulted in. Meanwhile, I hear that the numbers are pretty good. On Xbox, somewhere between 10 and 12,000 players have played the last summit, the first one of this the Crew 2 build, and that was on Xbox. On PC, about 30,000 players have played the summit, and on PlayStation 4, about 65,000 players have played the summit. Those are the numbers that I heard, so that means that those numbers are way higher than it was in the Crew 1. So for those who say this game is dead, if you do the math and count all those players, we're talking about more than 100,000 players that have played the summit last week over all the 3 platforms. So I don't think we can say this is a dead game. And for all those people out there saying like, who needs a summit? Well, about 100,000 people apparently. Our 288 place, which was obviously a top 3,000 last week, was more than enough for platinum medal at the time when we did it, which was, as I will always do it with this second driver, the Noob driver, in the beginning of the week. But I already saw now, it says something like collect your rewards, and I see there's like a gold medal standing here, so I'm assuming I dropped to the gold rank. But we will see. I have not reclaimed any rewards or whatever, so we will see. Let's enter and see what happens. We finished in 3,552nd with 916,000 points last week with our Noob driver, which means we only get the gold reward. That means we have won a bronze pack, 150,000 followers, we have won the star-shaped smoke, and we have won a customization pack for the Ferrari 812 Superfast. We did not win the neon pink tires, so we missed out on that 56,000 crew credits reward, because that's the price you need to pay for if you want to buy that thing. In theory I could pay for it, but it's okay. So let's claim them. There we go. Collected them. And now we come to this thing here. A new summit, but this time it's the beginning of the month, and that means a premium summit. What is a premium summit? Premium summit, or the monthly summit, at the end of this list, you already see it, is a car. More specifically, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 Red Fury Edition. Special edition of the Season Pass, which they have revealed last week. That will not always be the case. This also can be completely new cars which we do not have in the game yet. But that will be something that we have to discover in the next coming months. The gold reward is a pretty interesting one. It is a complete legendary set of yellow parts. They all have it's a set, so that means that the set immediately is active if you put it on the car. It has score breaker, it has hot hat, and it has slippery, and it is for your drift. In other words, you basically get a perfect set. We will have to see how high the multipliers and so on are. It is possible you have to recalibrate the slippery to 14, but at least it's not gonna cost you that much as for any other vehicle you might have to do that with, because you already start with the 2 perfect parts, so you only have to recalibrate the percentage. Some red smoke and some followers as well. Of course, let's face it, it's all about gold and platinum medals. If you're into customization, you might want to have the silver medal. I don't think many people care about the bronze followers. You get followers anyway. That also means that next week, Off the Beaten Path is available to see what you need there. And by the looks of it, doesn't matter that much, because there are no restrictions in any of these events. Over here, you need a European rallycross car. Most people out there probably will have the Citroën C3, which is considered one of the best next to the Porsche Romain Dumas, which is a season pass vehicle. So if you don't have a season pass Porsche, I would go for the Citroën. Both of them are European, Porsche being German, Citroën being French. Not a problem, you can use them. Other than that, we will have to see what the specific events are. Restrictions, the Waco airplane next week in aerobatics. Make sure if you buy a plane, need to buy the plane, make sure you buy the right one. I already heard several people buying the wrong discipline vehicle, stuff like that. And rally rate needs to be a bike. That means BMW bike, a couple of Ducatis available as well, the Hypermotor, the Monster, and so on, all available in rally rate. So whatever rally rate bike you have, you can use there. So nothing too specific next week. But in case you need it, you know what you're grinding for this week, so that you can buy those vehicles. And the rewards, as you can see, some spare scrap, as I call that, an Abarth rally car. You can just buy that, but if you don't have it, you can win it. Not sure what they're gonna do when you actually have the car. Are they gonna give you something, bucks or something? Bucks is something we need. We're gonna have to need bucks because the recalibration is so expensive that I want to have to see some bucks show up here or there, either from the daily contracts or from scrapping your parts, or somewhere we need bucks, or maybe even here, give us 500,000 bucks or something as a reward instead of 150,000 followers or stuff like that. That being said, Noob Driver does Summit 2. Let's have a look. I already see several issues here for me as my Noob Driver. As you know, I only have an upgraded street vehicle. If you saw last week's video, I haven't changed anything in it, which is also the idea. We're just going to go along with this summit with the vehicles that we have and buy what we needed. I do have 6.5 million bucks, and I'm afraid I'm going to need that because by the looks of it, I need to buy at least 5 vehicles, which is a bit of a problem. The street race, we need a Japanese bike. That is already something that we can do, but obviously I need to press F10, go into the menu and have to look for what Japanese bike we have. I'm assuming we are looking for Kawasaki, and I can't find any, which is kind of strange. Have I missed something? This is Ducati, that's Italian. Ah, of course, we have the season pass Suzuki. Which means if I do not want to buy a car, I have to do this thing with the Suzuki, which is very interesting. That also means I need to switch parts. That's how it goes. I'm a Noob driver, I have only parts on certain vehicles. Over here I'm working on a score breaker. That's not that interesting. Here are loot. Where is my snipper? I only have 4 nitro parts. So also that is not that interesting. Because the set is not active, it doesn't matter that I put the yellow parts on. So I'm probably gonna have to take a few parts here and there, what I can use. Like this one I can use, it has nitro power. Also this one. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Here we have extra pump. That's also over here also extra pump. Over here we have nitro power. Also over here we have nitro power. Just gonna take them off for now, and then we'll see what we can use on the bike. Another nitro power. We will see what the most brings us. Nothing interesting. Here we have an extra pump. I already see a problem that we don't have something serious on number 6. Oh, here we do, luckily. Now, that's what I'm gonna do. Gonna put those things on the bike. Let's see, what do we have? We have a pure 4%, and this one is a 9%, so obviously this one goes on. Over here we have no other choice than to put this one on. extra pump plus 5 or pure plus 3. We will see in a second for that one. We will see what we need. Let's put it that way. 7. We're gonna go for the extra pump here. So we get 25% pure, which is not even that bad. We can get 3 more, or we can get 5 extra pump more. I'm gonna go for the extra pump. So this is the vehicle that we're gonna use. Only have to check how this thing drive. I have no idea. I guess we'll go along and see how it does. Our only vehicle that we have, because we don't have any of the Kawasaki's. Which is, I need to buy anyway, I need to buy that
3,
Ninja.
2, 1. Come on, you can do
This is a very tricky track for a bike. There are also several cuts possible here, unfortunately. Not too much big mistakes out there, but definitely some cuts possible, and I know people will reset cut here on some because I already saw them. But nevertheless, a 317, which is good enough for 117,000 points, as we already established last week. For a new player, anything about it. above 100,000 points is always a good score. Probably the only above 100,000 we're gonna get. It's as simple as that. That means one event complete. We're gonna do the 9 events and see where we end up. What is this here? We have a low altitude with no restriction. It's very interesting, which means we can use all our planes. Although it is pink family, no restriction. Unfortunately, oh. That means we can use any of the aerobatic planes. Why do I have so many planes here? We have a slick, which is totally not tuned. We have an air race, 195. Mustang from last week. So we need something faster. The slick probably, or the edge, whatever handles the best. I'm gonna use the slick, but I'm gonna take obviously the parts, whatever it is that we have of this plane from last week. That's how we have to do it, because we don't have any other planes. Only our street vehicle is upgraded. But that's the benefit of this summit here in the Crew 2. You don't have to upgrade all of the cars like we had to do in the Crew 1. Over here you can switch the parts. So we are gonna select this vehicle and see what's going on. We need no altitude. Low, Dave, low. Okay, and why are we coming on? Of course, we also do not have any affixes. But as long as we keep that multiplayer in red. Oh my god, not low enough. $10,000 points. Let's see what that says. $88,000. Okay, we are going to retry that one because I think that with a low altitude you can also do it the other one. Let's try it. Hopefully we can. Oh yeah, we can. To be a pretty much easier route, at least in the beginning. $12,000 points, that's already about 2,000 more just flying the other way. Again, over 100,000 points. With a vehicle which has no parts in it. Not that bad. Obviously, maxed out vehicles, they go faster, so you will easily can get over 100,000. Did we win any parts for that? No. That's also pretty poor. I get no parts from that? Okay. Slalom, it's blue family. We're gonna have to check if this thing is on the road or on the water to begin with. It auto switches my vehicle. It's on the water. Powerboat or jet sprint, depends. If it's lots of twists and turns, it's probably gonna be jet sprint again. As a Noob driver, we have to check our performance. The performance is on here. It's not even that bad. We even have a yellow part on it, which is maxed out, 250. And I don't have any other parts on there, so okay. Which makes sense because last week we did use this powerboat for proto event. As always, never start a skill test just before the game. You can get speed from that. Let's retry that again, shall we? There were some strange things out there last week, I've heard, although I wasn't online for 4 days. I always know what's going on in games like this. People doing aerobatic stunts with the Ferrari. Yeah. The devs are trying to replicate it, in case it is a glitch. If not, I have a feeling some of these people are going to get some consequences. Summit number 1 and they were already in the interlude. Good enough, we need to beat Clarence at least. It is 103,000 though. Do one more run, see if we can get it faster. My boat also seems to be a bit too much out of the water with this front nose. I'll probably have to change some of the settings here. Time my boost a little bit better. At least we have beaten Clarence this time. With a 10,000 points. $123,000 points. That's good news, because it's again above 100,000 points. So we have done 2 skill tests, and we also won a part. Hopefully it's a good one. Scrap, because we're gonna need scrap later on. Whenever we have a set going, then we can start thinking about recalibration, but need to be very careful with it, as you have noticed on my main driver, where I'm already broke, although I had 12 million. Most of it went to recalibration. 2 skill tests done. Boy smashing. That is something we're gonna have to figure out. Whether it's best done with the jet sprint or with this thing here. We're gonna have a look, quick run to see what's going on. Make sure you hit the green things, not the red ones. Matter of getting a route together here. Not that many green things about though. Let's try again. It's only here that you need to hit the green things. Okay. Let's try again. And this time use a jet print. We only have one, which has a level of 69. That's very promising. Hit more markers. Let's see what 6,900 gives us, point wise. 73,000. Let's try again with a more powerful boat. And try that other route. We need faster boats. Mainly jet sprint, I think, because those things twist shorter. Let's have a look. Not that far up. Let's try again and get a bit of speed. Problem is that this boat is a bit bigger, so you can hit more of these curved things, the cones. But yeah, very nice. Can't come too fast either because then the things haven't loaded up yet. I guess we have to go for the jet sprint. First put this part on to upgrade this thing a bit. Never know why we might need it later. Get some speed with jet sprint maybe. Not too much, but otherwise we don't float. Our boat is not powerful enough to get around, and of course, you need a score breaker set to double the amount of points and get with skilled more score points. Let's see what is the leaderboard things here. What are they doing? 31,000 seems quite a lot. Let's have a look on the F9. Why can't we do top players? F9, all F9. They're doing it with power boats, the first guys. Although I see one with a Proto Leopard as well. Hovercraft, one guy even. Okay. But those, of course, they have score breaker sets and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to stick with the 97,000 that we have there. And here's where our problem comes into play. We don't have a street Nissan GTR. We do not have a street Ninja H2. And we don't have a drift Nismo. And we do not have a touring car MX-5. Let's start with the touring car. We have 6.5 million, so I'm guessing it should not be a problem to buy all these vehicles. But then of course we have to do all kind of stuff to get our vehicles going. HQ, there are some new uppers available. Maybe there is some sort of Japanese bundle. That would be great, where we can buy the MX-5 and the Nissan GTR and everything in one pack. Would be an interesting one. There is a Rising Sun bundle for 860,000. Let's have a look. It gives the Nissan GTR, it gives the 370Z Nismo, it gives the MX-5, and it gives the... So we buy the whole pack with a 20% discount for all the vehicles that we need to buy. More or less, because I think we even need to buy one more, but we'll see. So yes, I'm just gonna buy this pack. Okie-doke. Now, of course, we need to make some changes. First of all, put this part in, grab this one. Let's see, what did we buy? We buy a touring car. That thing obviously needs parts, if we only knew where our parts are on the Porsche apparently. So we need that MX-5 for one of these events. So yeah, bit of messing around with parts if you're a new driver. Also messing about with the settings a bit. Gearbox shorter for sure, brake power usually as well, brake balance more to the rear. Suspension always a bit softer. The camber is no, put that a bit higher, and this anti-roll bar and arrow we need to figure out once we are driving that thing and see how it handles. But those are like general things that I always do. Put the gearbox one down, usually helps, but we'll see. If the car reacts really funny, we're gonna make some changes if needed. That's that. What else did we buy? We bought a drift car, which obviously means we need to get the parts from our Mazda here. And I also need to check the settings. What do I have here? 4, 10, 10, 8, 8. The rest doesn't matter. 0, 7, 1, 1. We have one slippery on there. This is a hot head, not really helping us much. We need slippery as much as we can get, obviously. For the drift, those are already 4, 10, 10, 8, 8. The brake balance doesn't matter, and the rest is set. I already set these apparently. One reason or another, it takes these settings over from my other driver, from the Mazda. I thought it was like the bottom ones were specific, only the top ones were, but it's okay. So we're gonna have to deal with that. And what else did we buy? We bought some other vehicles as well. There we have to go one by one. And we're gonna get the parts from our Suzuki bike where we put them on. What is this here? I don't need green parts, thank you very much. Why are we winning blue and green parts if we have purple and yellow on it from a summit? Yeah, we'll put them on this bike for now. Pure 25, and we put the extra pump on the other one. Something like that, right? Yeah, that's the setup we had on the Suzuki bike. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I haven't changed anything. We will see how it goes. So we have to first do the time attack with the bike before we do the GTR, and then we have to switch the parts again. So let's move back to the summit. Now that we have some vehicles, and see what we can do. Now we only have one restriction left, and that's the drag. So we need to buy a Nissan drag car. We will have a look in that later. We can do the super vent, we can do this, okay, that's fine. Let's start with the drift. That means that we're gonna have to change to sequential and see what we can do with this car with the same settings as on the Mazda.
Three, two,
Somewhere in the fog, that's for sure. Third gear, and the rest is about throttle control. Car is a bit stiffer than the Mazda apparently, but other than that, settings seems to work. Of course, we don't have any slippery on here, so we cannot expect super high scores. Yeah. We're just about to say the only thing we can do is try not to lose the multiplier. But I forgot we have under-leveled vehicles here, so we need to boost occasionally to get out of corner. We lost the multiplier once, so we can score over 300,000 even with this low set vehicle. Obviously we are talking about 700,000-800,000 or more scores wise if you do this with an upgraded vehicle. But we score over 100,000 points, summit points, so again, good, it's good enough. Yeah, that's how that's. I was hoping to get some extra slippery, which of course we don't. Extra slippery means a higher multiplier. We would have a chance. Go back to automatic. Just gonna set some scores and then we'll see where we end up. That's the idea. Touring cars. I'm also wondering, what is the new event? There usually is a new event in the summit. Gotta be the touring car again. Unless it's this street race, we'll have a look. Which makes no sense because they added more than enough street races in the last 2 months, so it's gotta be, the new event's gotta be that touring car race. We will see what this is. Oh, no, no,
3,
no, no, no.
2, 1.
You're gonna win this easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Back to the summit, because I don't have parts on this car. I put the cars on the bike, so we first have to do the super event. The super event is the Ninja H2, which is street. And by the looks of it, we have to take it over a also yellow family, that hypercar, in other words. So it's a street race bike, and we have to take it over a hypercar track. That's the super event. Let's go. We do have the parts on the Ninja, so we can try that one and then switch the parts to the Nissan.
3, 2, 1.
I don't know why anyone else is even bothering.
Definitely need to change some settings because this bike is so difficult to steer. Look at this. Full lock to the rear. The thing does not steer. I'm still in the glass. Yeah, cannot make corners like this. Oh, come on, steer. So, feeling that the bike is going pretty slow, but yeah, kind of dull. Because you're in a street car, you used to do this track in a hypercar. Well, street bike in this case. You're used to going over 400 kilometers an hour here, towards 500 even in a Shiva. And now you arrive here. Okay, that's nice. That's good to know. What do we do here? Like 320 or so in the hypercar? 220 I mean. let's try. 255. Whatever that means. We'll see. What do we get for it? 123,000 points. And we wonderfully win a light and 2 green parts. Yeah, I'm sorry, but this is something I do not understand. Why on earth are we winning green parts? We have yellow parts and purple parts on it. We set a score of more than 100,000 summit points and we get a green part? Really? Let's see what we can do about the performance of this thing. This thing did not steer. Brake balance more to suspension a bit softer. I always put suspension softer because we can't change the camber. So okay. So we really have to adjust it all with the aero distribution or with the tire grip. Put it a bit higher, a bit more grip. Yeah, we don't have camber settings or anything, of course, so bit tricky to change because we are still playing on a keyboard and we cannot change the linearity or the dead zone. So yeah, gonna have to figure out which of these settings are actually gonna help us steer with this bike.
Three.
Might also be the view
Two.
though. I'm gonna do one view, one cockpit
One.
view.
Go, go, go!
Why am I on the outside? Okay, thank you very much. The steering is a bit better, but do not touch the
Three.
curbs.
Two.
But that's okay. Restart is not that bad. That also means that we can take the inside this time.
Faster!
No idea why we ended up on the
Seriously,
outside
go
there.
faster!
You figured it out, but you can jump that corner there for sure. Because now I slow down, I lost at least 2 seconds on that one. I think you can cut way sooner on that left corner there after you finish. Now, stay away from the curb thing. Left right is still a problem. Keyboard. Do an S corner combination. No problem. I'm taking as wide lines as I can get. Keep the speed up. Here also a tricky point here. A bit too much on the brakes. With this view, you have a better idea where you are with the bike. I always find so, and it also steers better for me. Cameras from behind do not work with the keyboard for me at all. I do not understand how people like iSet and so can drive with cameras from behind and be fast. .52, bit of messing with the settings, and we have 3 seconds faster time, which gives us 126,000 points and a few more of these stupid green parts. I don't know. I guess they're good for the recalibration, in other words for the spare parts, what I call scrap. Because that's exactly what I'm gonna do with them, scrap those green parts and get 120 lousy scrap from it. But then again, nothing wrong with the scrap. Scrap is not the problem. The bugs is a problem when you start doing recalibration. Now, I'm gonna take these things off. Why do I have a mix of these parts? Obviously I'm looking for nitro power and nitro chemist. I do not have. I have a few, but I don't have a set going, so I'm looking for nitro power and nitro refill. So I looked for the best parts on all the 5 vehicles set that I was working on. I need to check. I think we took the refill there. Yeah, we need 7 from here. Sort of the same setup. Let's see, what have we here? Differential, I want it a bit balanced out. I don't want all the power on the rear wheels. I don't want a wheel spinning vehicle. Gearbox shorter. Goes up 3 kilometers an hour. Top speed, and it says red. Brake power, brake balance, a bit more to the suspension. My god, why do you always... Who puts the suspension in the middle? Put it like that for now. Camber to the positive side, because normally you put negative camber, but in this game apparently it works the other way around. This needs to be higher as well. That's too soft and anti-roll bars, I think, but we'll see. Let's go back and now do the race again. Of course, it is possible. This is Miami Harbor. It is possible that this is the new track. I didn't pay attention to whether they added this track last week or not.
2,
I did a few runs on the summit because I only had a few days. I knew I was gonna get no internet. Yeah, this is basically 3 laps around Miami Harbor. A track familiar to those of you who played F1. You can go through that pipe as well if you want. This is a bit sharper corner. Yeah. Thank you very much. Barriers. Get the barrier across you want to avoid people jumping in front of your cars. there coming out of the corner, but other than that, just quickly random setup. Nothing to worry about. This one though. Again? Really? Oh, it is along left corner, that one there. Here's cruising evil. I don't really know. Normal situation, you pass that guy, it's like he's always cruising. He's number 10. You pass him before the finish. After 2 laps. Definitely can do a faster time. I need to find a line for this corner. Checkpoint is here, so we cannot cut through that 5 because also there is 5 here. 2:33 something. What does that mean? We'll have a look. 107,000 points. Okay, let's do one more run. Don't need to worry about getting good parts from it. I put those on because we won't.
3, 2, 1.
See if we can cut a few seconds here or there.
This show gonna win this one.
Get luck here. Inside, so you see the yellow barrier on the other side, and then go on trouble. Get out. Why don't we get some flag or something and check? All these heavy things that go through. City circuit tracks. Too much stuff happening on the skirts and things like that. Kind of stuff that you can hit, or kind of people walking about, stuff like that. That's the suspension setting. What did we have? 224, 220. That's like 9 seconds faster, I think. 8.4 seconds faster than our first run. 117,000 points, and we win some more green and blue points. Bloody hell. Okay, now let's have a look at the situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 events done. Now, as you know, I'm not a fan of the drag, but I have no other choice than to buy that vehicle to get the extra 100,000 points to do all events. But of course, the drag, as always in any game, most cheated event around. People usually, if they can get away with it, playing around with FPS, they're slipstreaming each other with full teams, which already gives an advantage of 1.5 at 2 seconds. You see all kind of stuff happening, and more than likely somebody will show up here with falling out of the sky or whatever. Yeah. The only vehicle that we have is considered one of the best drags, I think, which is the Corvette. Or do I not even have a drag on this build? Also very possible. I don't even have a drag. Oh yeah, I do. What is this here? The rough, which we can obviously not use because we need a Nissan. It's a brand drag in this case. Brand time attack I was about to say, but yeah, in a way it is. Okay, drag, that is Street HQ, which means we have to go all the way to Los Angeles and get ourselves. No. Have to go back to the summit. Because we have to pick a vehicle. Forever pink. 8.1 people are doing here. Let's have a look. Nissan 370Z 8.1, 8.1. Skyline 8.2, 8.3. So the question is, which is the fastest? Over here, yeah, 8.1. These two guys have basically the same time. More than likely drove together. I'm expecting times around 9 seconds if you do it solo, but that's not going to be our time, that's for sure. So yeah, it's a bit of gambling. Which one will be the fastest? Not that it mattered that much, because of course we don't have upgraded vehicles. So our time 10-11 seconds. The Nissan is the cheapest, 106,000. Just buy that one. Don't have to worry about all that. We can customize the vehicles later if we want. Of course it's raining again because the weather sequence. I only hope they change it. This game was already with the focus on consoles, now it's with the focus on casuals that can only play half an hour a week or something, and that's why this sequence is so fast. It needs to stop. Over 100,000 people playing the summit. That means that there are also a bunch of hardcore players out there. They don't. They play summits over and over, some of them. They don't need these weather changes every 15 minutes. If the casuals want to see snow, then they have to play a little bit more. Simple as that. The drag race. Do we have some parts? Oh, we actually have some parts on it. Not that they are any good though. Yeah, I'm not a fan of drag, so I don't expect big things here on this car. But yeah, they have like 10, 15, 20 points. It is what it is, eh? Yeah, we need top speed, so we need to just leave it a B at 10. Let's see what we can do. Tweak and shout. Which one is that?
3, 2, 1.
Fremont Street. We've done a 10.9. Now, let's do a short shift run, see how that goes. Because getting the perfect shifts is slower in drag. As I said, we don't go to the green zone for the shifting. Just quickly shift. Of course, you need to have enough RPM to just get a green burn here. That's all you need. Shift, you can boost quicker, which means you have more speed quicker. That's why it's quicker. A short shift than actually going to the green zone every time. 10.8 again. Of course, we do not have any decent parts on this thing, so I'm signing up for a 10.8. 79,000, yes, fine, good. All we need. We just needed a score on drag. It's an event which I'm not going to worry about too much. As I said, it's always the most cheated event as well, and other than that, I'm totally not into drag. No skill involved, no steering involved, it's just A to B, shift, 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 boost, and finish. Boring as hell, I find it. Which makes it 8. Which leaves us with the MX-5. I think we did put the parts, yeah, we took the part of the Porsche. We have 881,000. If we can score around 100,000 here, get 100,000 bonus, we should be over 1 million. And then we'll see where we end up. Of course, early stages, it's only day 1 of Summit number 2. We have to use this thing. We'll see how it handles. Play around with settings if needed to get a faster lap.
2, 1.
Listen to the engine.
Laps on this track here. Yeah, this corner. I have to go off throttle with whatever vehicle that I use. Do something about that oversteer. fast. Have a little lock up here and there. So I could cut the brake power, but then we have the risk that it's not actually going to stop anymore. If I put the brake power a little bit less. Steering, see him understeer. No, throttle, I cannot make this point. Here, as soon as I go up the throttle, take the corner, it breaks out. Oversteers. I'm gonna have to figure out, but we can solve this. Last corner, so it is a bit too much. Too quick to play. Whatever that means. Let's have a look. 111,000 points. Let's see. 1,092 points. Because we get 100,000 points bonus. Leaderboard. Let's have a look. 8,000 players already ranked on day number 1. And we are in 616 to win 1,092 points. So we are looking at 1.3 million plus 1.250 at least if you want to get some decent scores. Yep, the competition is on, ladies and gentlemen. But we're not there yet. Let's do one more run on the touring car with some upgraded parts. Look at that, +5. I think we're gonna need a summit or 5 to 10 somewhere before we have all our vehicles upgraded and we can actually start to see what we can do on this driver. Obviously, on my other driver I have all sets complete, although I'm almost broke there. I cannot recalibrate all of these things, so it's going to be a problem there as well. Performance wise, let's have a look there. The rear grip is on max, so that's another problem where it breaks out. Brake balance, more to the rear. Suspension, a bit more softer might help. The camber needs to be adjusted, and also the anti-roll bar needs to be a bit more stiffer because it breaks out. Now I have the camber here on 7.7, which in a way is negative because it works opposite than in any other game. Let's see, the gearing here. What if we put it completely? I thought it was wheel spinning on the limiter every time before it actually shifted. So maybe we have to go full maximum gear ratio. The risk is that it will not shift fast enough now, but we'll see.
3, 2, 1.
camber adjustment also makes, I think that I can make this corner now. Yep, we can. Still have to be a bit careful, but don't have to actually go up from it. Also here, no wheel spin coming out of this. And the gear ratio thing also helped us. Although I think you need manual on this track. Because 2-3 on this corner it's in the wrong gear. Automatic. Yep. Full throttle, full steering lock. You can actually make that corner now. I think it's just suspension setting that corner there where I still have the oversteer. That's a bit of a wobbling corner, a bit of a bumpy corner. And feels better, but we'll see if it's faster after. There, a little bit of a bump. That's where I lost it, so that's the suspension setting that we're suffering from now. 257. It's a bit faster, I think. 1.2 seconds. Okay, let's have a look. Put some parts on again. Again, slowly going up. Or not even. We still get lower parts as well, of course. Forgot about that part. Let's have a look. Suspension on the rear needs to be a bit stiffer. That probably will do it. Maybe even the rebound as well, but that should do. Of course, yeah. Our main issue is here the drag. We don't have 100,000 points there, and that boy smashing. I think you can do a pretty good time, either with an upgraded vehicle in powerboat, which actually can steer faster, or with a fully upgraded jet sprint. You can also do a pretty good run over 100,000 points, no doubt about it. But yeah, we don't have upgraded jet sprints, so we're gonna have to use the demon, which I don't think I even have on this driver yet, so I probably have to buy that. And other than that, improve here and there. Nevertheless, almost 1.1 million points, rank 618th with our Noob driver, not that bad. Which obviously, if the numbers are the same as last week, by the end of the week, around 30,000 players on PC, that's not going to be good enough for the platinum medal. Then we are dropping to gold again, so which means I have to come back here if I want platinum and win the car, because there will be even more people playing now, probably, or at least putting more effort into it, because they all want platinum. It's gonna be a battle, especially if you're a new player and you don't have every vehicle upgraded. It's gonna be a battle to get into top 3000. But we managed it again. 618th. Last week we finished 288, but at that moment there were only like 3000 players ranked, I think. Now there are already 8000 players ranked, and we are 618th. So far, so good with our Noob driver. Our Noob driver is not doing that bad. I will see you guys in the next one, which obviously will be some events with upgraded vehicles if I can find them on my main driver. There we are not playing for a ranked platinum. There we are playing to get somewhere in the top. Last week I managed to get to 6th overall with at that moment in time 13,000 players ranked. And then I had 4 days of no internet, so I have no idea where I finished up. I will have to take a look on that when I start up my other driver. I will let you guys know in the rest of the videos. Those will be events for shorter videos, obviously, event by event with some decent runs. I will see you guys then, and bye for now.